Okay, a few things you might need to know in Google Slides. This is a Google slide that I've made. First thing, adding new slides. Here you have a variety of different layouts of slides. It doesn't really matter which one you choose, and you can actually adapt them afterwards, but you can select them from here. So say I select this type of slide. I also have themes, and this is how your slide deck will look. Okay, so you can experiment with the different themes. To be honest, I tend to like to have a bit more control, but these are where you would find the themes if they do ask you to move from one to the other. Obviously, adding your text, you can click and add. So I'm just going to type in add text here. If I was to use this one, but didn't want to use this one, I click on the outside of it and then I click on the delete button. It's important that you don't click in it, because when you click in it and delete in, it's actually going to try and delete the stuff inside it. So I need to click on the outside of it, and I can tell that because that add text is there. Click on delete, oops, and then it goes. When you have your text in the box, you can do what you'd normally do, change your font, sizes, they're all up there. Other things that you might be asked to do is add an image and add text over the image. So I'm going to delete everything on the page for this example. And I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to insert an image. I can either upload it from my computer, collect it from Drive, URL, photos. So I'm going to upload it from my computer. I know I've got some pictures in here that are reasonably appropriate, so I'm going to choose that picture there. So when you choose an image, you can obviously resize it. It can go over the edge here if you wish, and you can also crop them. So you've got the little button here that allows you to crop an image. So say I actually only want that aspect of an image, and I'll pull that across here. Now I want to write on top of that image. So to add text, I use my little text box, and then I can add my text on top of the image. Obviously I can move that text around. I can, with this one, fill the text box in. Now sometimes I like images where you've got a lovely big bit of text in the middle. So if I just make that bigger, and I don't know, we'll choose that one. So sometimes you might be looking for stuff like that. Can you see that this one won't extend, this text box? I have to go into it and hit return, and that will make it bigger. The text boxes in here will only go as big as the thing that is in them. So you can't just make them any size. You can, though, add shapes, for example, boxes. And with those, if I want to add this shape in here, I can use the fill to choose my colour, use the outline to choose the outline of that, and then I can choose how thick I want that outline to be. So you can experiment with these three little symbols here for boxes, but equally on my text box, I can say, yeah, I will want a line around that and the size of the line I want it. So anything, you can add your lines and you can fill them in. So that's those symbols here. Obviously these symbols are the shapes and the arrows. So for example, I could add an arrow into my picture. And then these little ones will allow you to skew your arrow around a little bit. And this symbol here will allow you to rotate. So you can actually then choose where you want those things to be pointed. So that's this here for your shapes, arrows, callouts, signs. This one is your different types of lines. Here is a quick call to adding pictures. We've discussed text boxes. We've discussed themes and what you can do for themes. You can also change the background here by either choosing a background colour or choosing an image. Just be wary, because if you choose an image, so I'm just going to drag an image. I'm going to drag an image from URL. Sorry, I'm going to search for one. So I'm going to search for pigs. So say I wanted that image as my background, it will do that, but it will elongate it, if you see. So actually be very careful what images you choose for the background, because sometimes they actually change the shape of the image. Okay, so I'm just undoing all of that. So that's your background. Layout is the exact same thing as what you can find here. Theme and transitions we won't do this time, we're just doing the basics. So that is this menu along the bottom here. The other thing you might do is, say I'm adding a shape here. And it's over the top and I want it to be underneath that shape. If I control and click here, I can actually change the order that things are in. So if I send that to the back, it'll go behind everything. Then you have to find it again, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm just going to order, send it to the front. So let's put that back in again now, so it's at the front. But if I go order and send it backwards, it just goes back by one, not all the way back to the very end. So if you want to layer things, that's how you will layer them. The other thing you asked about is adding a hyperlink. So for example, I want to add a hyperlink here. I can highlight it, right click on it, and then you see link and you can add your hyperlink. Or if I go to it, highlight it and go Command K, I get the same box up and put my hyperlink. And Command K, so Command K is a really handy little tool that you might wish to use. You'll notice you've got these along the top here as well. I don't think for now you need to see much here, apart from version history is really handy. Because if you see the version history, it'll show you changes. So if a change has been made, like I don't really want these changes I've made, I can go back to a previous version because I can restore that version. Or I can actually just save a version as an alternate to make a copy of a new version. So I think version history is always worth knowing, and you can do that in other pieces of software as well. Word, docs and sheets. Along here, you can insert a video, which you might be asked to do. When you insert a video, you can either do it from Google Drive directly, or you can put in your YouTube link here. It's only Google Drive and YouTube. Really, that's the only two places to insert a video. So I just want to show you actually a video being inserted. So I'm going to get a video from Google Drive, and I'm going to pop in this video here. That video has now been inserted. As you can see, I put it on that page, but if I didn't want it, I can Command X, cut it. I'm going to get a new blank page. I'm going to delete this and delete this. I don't need those. And I'm going to stick my video in. And then I'm going to add some text underneath my video. Okay. And my video, you see you get formatting options here. It might not be here, but it's just here if you need it. And this is when you can say if you want to start and stop at a different time, you can do size, rotation. So you can really play with your videos in there, but equally you can just do it from here. Same with images. If I click on the image, I don't have that there. I always have my format options here, and I can change my image. I could make it, for example, something you might want to do inside your images is the adjustments. You can make it transparent, for example. You can change with the brightness and contrast. So I'm going to stop there, have a look at those things, and if there's anything else you wish to know, then I can make you a new video. Okay, enjoy.